lecture today.
I got all the papers.
Slack rack.
I chopped down a cherry tree and took all the papers.
Pull up A.
Do you remember the
B,
name Black Ops Mobile? Yeah. Okay, so,
and of
like I
course,
said, my dad was a
we'll
firefighter.
ask the bonus questions.
He said
What is the probability
the other
of
weekend,
getting
one of the guys
either?
was
That's very important. What is the most important part
other
of
dudes
probability
making
of
like freaking Black Ops Mobile?
the question?
And my dad was like,
Say a
crazy.
queen
He's like, go
and
to bed.
an ace. It says a queen.
Hey,
Oh,
never mind. No,
presenting.
you have to finish it.
Presenting. Can y'all see the board? Easily, can y'all see the board?
Yes.
Is it supposed to be
No.
orange at the top?
Right.
That's my fault.
It's not saying and, so I need you to highlight that or right there because that or is the key word. If it said and with picking a single card, the probability would be
Do y'all have
zero.
this on that side?
No, but
Yes.
you could put it.
I still think that Easley's, I don't know what's going on up there, but hopefully they can figure it out. So, what is the probability of picking a queen or an ace? Well, how many queens are there? 4.
Seems fine. I don't understand.
Or an ace. There's 4 aces and 4 queens. So what would that be?
That equals 8.
8 over. Good job. Y'all can do sign language. Okay? So that would be 8 over, and it says type of fraction. 8 over 52 needs to be simplified. So what is it? I don't know. 4 will go into both. 2 over 13 or something like that. So is 2 over 13 correct? I think it is. And you type that in.
All and say screw it.
That's all right. You are dealt 1 card from a standard 52 card deck. Find the probability of being dealt the 3 of hearts.
Because everything's green.
Pretty simple.
Everything's green.
Yeah, and the computer is picking up the audio. You can see it moving.
Yeah.
It's hearing us.
And that is a bonus question. Go with April 24th through the 30th because for some reason they haven't got the stuff on here to fix it. Just go with April 24th to 30th.
Accidentally muted.
All right, here's another one.
I mean, but he's used it plenty of times. He knows how to use it, so
Hey,
I'm not sure.
sometimes people
Keep
make.
going.
That's no doubt. That's true.
Should I write it on a piece of paper? Check your access.
Just say.
Yeah, I can text him.
Yeah, let him know hardware's working over here.
Y'all just gonna have to text me. There's a message. Can you pull up the message, Mr. Swords, where they can message if they got questions? Or call me from that phone. We can put it on speaker if they've got questions.
Yeah, we got this one here you can use.
Go ahead and call me and put it on speaker. We have to be innovative. I don't want to leave them out and easily because they're very.
How's that kid possible go? Text me, beep me if you want to reach me or something like that. How's it going?
I have no idea. It's a good question.
Go ahead and call me and we'll put it on speakerphone.
What's the 4-digit extension? I know you can't hear me, but what's the extension?
What's
4-digit extension.
4
It's 4, man.
digit?
4-digit extension.
4-digit.
4 for this. You can't see this, can you?
I just texted him.
Okay, thank you. I don't know the number over there.
Yeah, they can call my phone or whatever. I don't have an iPhone. No, I have a Droid.
You're on.
4-digit extension.
I had to say it. I couldn't.
Oh my god.
6749.
So it's a Hubert problem.
6749.
Tell him it's a Hubert problem.
Yes, oh,
There we go.
okay, now we can solve that.
Somebody say something.
Hola. With Mr. Sword.
I don't know, because the hardware seems to be fine. It's picking up everything we're saying. You can see the levels moving.
You probably need to shut down the whole system because evidently the Polycom camera / microphones are not pulling it up. So you can restart the whole system.
We can restart the actual Polycom unit now as well if you want to. Now or just want to later.
Try that. Go ahead, and I'll just keep talking. All right.
It's 11:32.
Okay. All right. The graph shows.
Oh, rebooted the computer, right?
Yes.
The graph shows percent of employees who take
That's gonna trip me out.
The echo.
We're gonna have one.
has 9,930. So that's our N. So we're going to take N and 9,930 multiplied, and then we got to use the graph to find the number, blah, 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 1 to 2 days. 1 to 2 days. So 1 to 2 days is purple, and that's 24%. So multiply, somebody do this on your calculator. And what is 9,930 times 0.24? Easily, you still there? Yeah. Can you still see the test? Okay. So what's 9930 times 24 and round up because there ain't no such person as a 0.35 person. Poor over ratio.
2383.
2383? Did y'all get that easily? Okay, so your answer is 2383. Now remember, you've got pooling questions. So you may not get this one. You may get a bar chart, but I doubt it. It's probably going to be, I probably put all, knowing me, since this is a standardized test question, anything with a pie chart is a standardized test question. I probably gave you every pie chart there is in the test bank. So anyway, you'll probably get one of these. 2383. You took placement tests lately, didn't you? Was there a pie chart on it?
Yeah.
I figured there would be. All right, next. Oh, we could check answer because I'm reviewing. We feel good about ourselves. Next. When does homework terminate? Toward the end of each section. That's a bonus question. All right, here we go. Several friends chartered a boat for a day's fishing. The total caught is 55 fish. The table below provides information about the type and number of fish caught. Determine the empirical probability. What does empirical mean?
Can you hear us?
Hey, I don't know if I can hear you or not. Hold on. Wait a minute, they just turned it off. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear y'all.
Oh, Lord.
I just hung up on you too.
Dagnard
Go ahead and call 6749 again, and we'll just leave it on here. Better than nothing. There you go. So, I don't understand. I've never seen
hold on.
anyone do
This
this before,
will
because
have to be
usually when you
changed.
restart the Polycom, it's Miss Madison is what it is. She's a Russian asset. All right.
The echo.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, empirical. So that means that we actually caught the fish, but how many are going to be kingfish? So that's 28. 28 out of 55 is what?
So we can't see the.
Somebody, 28 out of 55.
Oh, sorry.
Remember, your largest number always goes on the bottom. So
Sorry about that.
that doesn't bother me. I don't know if y'all can turn y'all's volume down a little bit, or do I need to turn mine down? Just turn it down.
It's coming out of here. I can fix it. Just you can leave that one as it is, and I'll fix it over here.
Okay. All right. So that's 28 over 55. 28 is not divisible by 5 or 11. No in the class. Or 28 over 55. So. Yay. And
Hubert, you're recording this, correct?
yes,
Okay, so I can watch it on YouTube if I don't get, like, if it's kind of screwed up because of this right now.
I think it'll be on there while I'm on it.
Well, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I am recording it. Didn't I hit record a while ago, y'all?
You said you couldn't find record.
Yeah, I'm recording. There's a little blue dot, little red dot. Okay, they left, so he's doing something. Okay, next. If you miss a test question, what should you do? Send several emails to Hubert saying, hello. How about ask to meet with him after class? All right, next. That's incomplete assignments. Quit. 6 million tickets are sold. Okay? 6 million tickets are sold. That's a lot of tickets. And I'm trying to clear this off. There we go. If you purchase a ticket, what are your odds against winning? So first of all, you need to do your probability. So, of course, what's the probability of success? Winning or losing? Winning. Probability of success is winning the lottery. And how many tickets did you purchase? 1. A, 1 over 6 million. Therefore, what is the opposite of success? Y'all know what that word is, don't you?
Failure.
Failure. Good job. And that means that you are a loser, which means 5,999,999 over 6 million. Now, what are the odds against winning? Well, what is odds against? Failure over success. You're the one that actually listened. Okay, good. Probability of success. So the probability of failure is 5,999,999 over 6 million. And that goes over what? The probability of success, which is 1 over 6 million. And you multiply by the reciprocal, the 6 millions go away. 5,999,991 to what? To 1.
So what's the 1 for? I thought it was supposed to be a 9. I'm sorry.
Did it say 1 ticket or 9 tickets?
No, I'm saying the 5,999,999, all those 9s. I thought that was supposed to be a 9 at the end, not 1.
It's not a 1, it says.
Okay, my bad.
Alright.
Whatever. Persnickety.
I guess I'm winning then, huh?
Yes, you're a winner. All right, now do 20. Well, what is? I'm just going to change the color here, and instead of a 1, I'm going to put a what? So therefore, this turns into a what? An 80. So now it's going to be, the 6 million goes out. It's going to be 5,999,980 to what? To 1.
I don't get that. I'm confused.
I'm Hubert.
Thank you.
Where are you confused?
So, like, if there was 1 and then there was 1 and now it's a 20 and it's still a 1, how does that make sense?
Right there. And then that would be 6 million. You multiply by the reciprocal over what? 20? You're right, I was wrong. There. So it'd be, I'm not going to try to reduce that. You can, because somebody take your calculator, since it ends in 80, divide it by 20, you may be able to simplify it, but I'm not going to simplify it. Y'all can do that on your calculator. Okay? So somebody take 5,999,980 and either divide it by 2 or divide it by 20 and see if it'll reduce down.
2,000.
Okay, what is it by 20?
299,999.
2,999, 999?
Yeah,
No, I don't want a decimal.
No,
Okay, then divide both of them by 2, and then we'll go from there. Divide 599,980 divided by 2. What is that?
It comes out of the decimal.
599,980 divided by 20.
It can't, but by 2 it can.
999.
did the wrong.
If you divide it by 20, it's
Oh, it's
29,000.
299,990.
Okay, so it does. I thought it would. All right, what is it?
299,990.
299,990. So 299,990. Is that what y'all got?
Yeah, we
To
all-
1?
I got another 9.
Okay, I'll just do it myself. Just forget it. I'll do it myself. Just let me pull up the handy dandy calculator and I'll do it. Y'all have just disappointed me. So let's get rid of this. All right, 5,999,980. Nobody say anything now. I gave you y'all's chance. Divided by 20. Okay, that is the answer. To 1, because I divided both of them by 20. So it's 299,999 to 1. That's the 999,000. That's a 9. There. Okay, so that's 200. That's that one, and this one is 5,999,999 to 1. Both of them come out to be 0 because there's a 0 chance of winning. I'm not typing all those in, but that's your answers. Next. Overall grade. Somebody tell me what the overall grade gives you at the end of the semester. Your grade. And what happens if you have a 0 on an assignment? It goes down, doesn't it? Don't be like that chick. I didn't know they go down. Identify the sampling technique used to obtain the following sample. Beach balls in a basket are shaken and then balls are selected from the basket. Beach balls in a basket.
Oh, it's a big ball.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'd say random.
a big basket.
Random sample.
I'm saying
It should be a random because they don't say a pattern. There's no every fourth person. Okay, it just says beach balls in a basket. I don't know why they would use beach balls. Why don't they use ping pong
there's
balls?
like 2 in there.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, we'll just say check answer and we feel good about ourselves. All right, now, could that be something different? Let's back up. Could this one be a convenient sample question? Yes. Could it be a systematic? We just got the random sample, so there may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There could be 5 other questions like this one, only they're not random. So make sure you make a note of that. All right, this one, some people get this one wrong. I don't know why, but they do. Okay, it's not very difficult, but assume the spinner cannot land on the line. Determine the probability that the spinner lands on red. Well, first of all, before you even start this question, you got to know how many pieces of pie you got. So how many pieces of pie do I have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8. So you know, A, your denominator is going to be 8. B, your denominator is going to be 8. C, your denominator is going to be 8. And D, your denominator is going to be 8. Unless they ask something funky, all denominators are going to be 8. Now, how many are red? 4. How many are green?
1.
How many are yellow? Now, this is how many are not red? Well, what is red? 4/8, right? So we take the complement. The complement of red is what? Not red. And what's 4 from 8? 4. So not red would be 4/8. Remember me telling you about the complement? The complement to red is what? Not red. The complement to true is what? Not true. The complement of guilty is not guilty. It's not innocent because OJ is not innocent. Okay? So you type those in and you feel good about yourself. So this one's going to be 4/8. This one's going to be 1/8. This one, yeah, you need to simplify. I'm sorry, 3/8. And the last one is 1/2. I'm sorry, I need to do those two. So let me go back up and change this one. I'm not here to show y'all how to type them in. I'm here to show you how to do them.
1/8.
Which one?
The first one is 1/2.
1/2. There. Okay, to heck with it. I'm going on. Next. Okay. What should a student do if something happens and they're out of class for a while? Wait until after grade turn in and do the DAD syndrome, right? Communication. That's wrong. When is the last day? The last day put Tuesday, April 23rd. I'm not changing it. It's the only one. All right, find the average, find the range and the standard deviation. Now I'm going to pull up, go ahead and write those down. I'm going to pull up the handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to do it on the spreadsheet so you can see everything. We're going to do everything. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. I know it's raising the bar, and I know that's awful, but, you know, if you want to excel, you have to work. What's it called? Work. Yeah. And I know it's raising the bar. I know it's a concept some of y'all don't like, but y'all got them down? All right, let's pull up the handy dandy Excel spreadsheet. All right, here we go. We know that X is equal to what? 5? N, sorry. N is equal to 5. And y'all all know that because you've done your test scores before. Each one is called X. X of 1, X of 2, X of 3. What are my numbers? 10, 10.
5.
Well, you could have given me give it to me in order. 5, 10, 10, 13, 17. So we need to find the mean first. So I'm going to go over here and we're going to say mean, median, mode, range, mid-range. I can't type. Y'all go ahead and be calculating while I try to learn how to type. Mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Now, of course, you could do all these on the Excel spreadsheet. I got 3 degrees, I know that, but I'm not going to teach you how to do it because that would not teach you how to critical think. So we're not going to go that route. So let's go ahead and hit center because I'm OCD. All right, there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit summation. And y'all have been doing this since the 6th, 7th grade. How do you figure out your test scores? Add them all up and divide by what? Divide by N. And all of you should have got 11. Now do the rest of it. I'll give you a couple of minutes because I am asking you to do extra. Where did number 4 go? Did he leave?
I used the laboratory.
Facilities.
Guy.
Give y'all another minute.
So, can you tell me if I'm correct or wrong?
I'm sorry, say again?
Can you tell me if I'm right in doing this? Like, is the range where you add the first one and the last one together, and then the mid-range when you subtract it and divide it by 2, or is it like...
Reverse it. Reverse that.
So you subtract them?
Yes.
With the mid-range, add them? And
Yes.
Okay.
Give y'all another minute maybe. Well, if you're on the mid-range and the range, you ain't even started the variance yet. Somebody tell me what this formula is, because what did I tell you had to do in order to do the variance and standard deviation? You have to know the what?
X minus X bar.
You have to know the formula, yes. If you don't know the formula, you're just going to sit there and wait for me to do it for you. So what is the variance formula? Somebody tell it to me. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Summation, I've heard square. Summation first of what?
X minus X bar to the second power.
X minus X bar to the second power over.
N minus 1.
And then what is the relationship between the standard deviation and the variance?
Standard deviation is the square root of the variance.
Why are you answering these questions?
Because I know them.
You're not supposed to know them. They're going to beat you up outside if you go up.
Well, they got to catch me first.
You're supposed to.
Might be old, but I got 3 kids, I think.
You're supposed to sit there and not say anything. Don't you know that? All right, so here we go. So what's our first, read the formula, what's our first column going to be called?
X minus X bar.
Oh my gosh. You're the one that watched the videos, didn't you? X minus X bar. So that's going to be equal to 5 minus the mean. And of course, for those of you that use, you have to lock it, so that's Fox 4. And copy it down. And then, what do we do to X minus X bar? We square it. Good job. X minus X bar, quantity squared. Y'all not doing this right. You're supposed to wait and let me tell you how to do it. This number raised to the second power, and then copy that down. Now what are we supposed to do? Summation. Good job. And that is your numerator. So I'm just going to go right here and I'm going to say equals this number. Now you might have to do this on your calculator. 5 minus 1. And then raise that to the what power? 1/2 power, Hubert. Or take the square root of it. And there is your variance and your standard deviation. So what's the median? What do we have? Is X equal to an odd number or an even number? Odd, so it's just the middle. So that's equal to that number. And since we just pulled it out, I'll highlight that one. I'm going to highlight this one red. Why am I going to highlight the mode red?
It's actually a mode.
Because do you calculate it or do you just look at it? You just look at it. You observe the mode. Range is equal to the highest minus the what? Lowest. And then the mid-range is equal to, parentheses, the highest plus the lowest divided by what? Divided by 2. And you feel good about yourself. And what three numbers are supposed to be close together? The median, the mean, and the what? Mid-range. Look what happens if I throw a 50 in here. Look what happens to the mean, median, and mid-range. So when you see the mean, median, and mid-range, and you see that they're out of kilter or out of wampus, that means that you've got a number that's not supposed to be there. And you feel good about yourself. Let's change that 5 to a -8. Look there. The mean, median, and mid-range is all messed up. It's out of wampus. Like your washer when the towels get on one side of the washer. For some of y'all that wash your clothes, some of y'all don't know how to wash clothes. So, I don't know. You feel good about yourself? What did it ask for? I done forgot. The mean and the standard deviation. So 11 and 4.42. Was it the range?
Yeah.
12 and 4.42. 12 and 4.42. And we feel good about ourselves. So as you can see, I haven't given you anything that we haven't what? We haven't covered. Except this is not your test, this is a test. So yours may be totally different, but you see what kind of questions I pull. All right, somebody tell me what the class width is, or somebody tell me what N is. That means I want y'all to interact and 34, good job. What is the class width? I'm sorry, I can't. I heard mumble. What? What's the class width? Thank you. That was very nice the way you said that.
I thought that was.
Midpoint. What's the midpoint of the second class? Midpoint and mid-range is the same thing.
How do you get the width? I forget.
Vertically. Vertical subtraction. 33 minus 22, 44 minus 33, 55 minus 45 minus 34, 56 minus 45. Yes, ma'am. The midpoint of the second class. What's the range, the mid-range or the midpoint of the second class? What's half of 56? Dang old 28. Somebody take 23 plus 33 and divide by 2. What do you get? $28. Which class has the most head count in it? $45 to $55. The class limits of the next class. So what's 67 plus 11? 78. And what is 77 plus 11? And is that all the questions? Next. Of the last 60 people who went to the cash register at the department store, 12 had blonde hair, 14 had black hair, 31 had brown hair, and 3 had red hair. Determine the empirical probability that the next person to come to the cash register hair is black. So somebody tell me what 14 over 67 over 30? Why? Because how many had black hair? 14. So you've got a, whatever percentage this is, that the next person that comes through has black hair. Got watching people with black hair. There we go. Oh yeah, how do you find out your grades after you finished everything? No, you call Hubert and you email Hubert and ask me what? What? No, what's my grade? That's what you ask me. Okay, you know that. All right, here's one. I'm going to blow it up a little. Well, I can't blow it up because
It's in order though, so.
What? I couldn't hear you.
It's in order, so.
Oh, it's already in order. Okay.
Backwards.
All right, so it's already in order, so all you need to do is do it. Start counting. This is where you count. Now, do I have 2 vertical limits? Yes. What's 11 minus 10? Okay, I heard one person, I think, say one real quick. Okay? I think that was Miss Woodward. Was that you, Miss Woodward? I thought so. She said real silent. Okay? So, I'm going to add 7. I'm going to add 1 to the 7, and then to the next one, then to the next one, and then to the next one. And I'm going to add 1, so I get 7, and this is going to be what? What's the next one going to be? 8. 8 and 9 and 12 and 13. And then what's this one? 8.9. I can't get nothing past y'all. 9.9, 12.9, and 13.9. All right, now I'm going to let y'all do the counting. So go ahead and be counting. Thank you.
3 for the second one.
Thank you.
4 for the next one.
Thank you.
9 for that one.
None.
3 for the next one.
And
2 for the next one. And 3 for the last
thank you. Remember, what is a frequency distribution? It's a chart with a head count. So, when you're doing your homework, you call it a chart with a head count. When you want to impress somebody, you call it a frequency distribution. I'm sorry, what? I still didn't hear what she said. She's like my son. I'm going to start teaching like y'all talk.
They heard
Y'all
me.
ready?
They heard me.
That's because they mumble too. All right, here we go. Find the range and the standard deviation. We did one, and we're just going to do both. So if you got your calculator, it can give you both. The range and the standard deviation.
The range is 6.
6. And go ahead and I'll show you. If I haven't shown you, I don't know if I showed you. And I don't mind you doing it on this one. Here's how you do your calculator. And some of y'all on the calculator drill team, y'all know how to do this already. Y'all know y'all twirl this thing around like a basketball in high school. All right, so here we go. I'm going to hit Stat, Edit, and I'm going to type them in. Are they in order? They look like they're in order.
Yeah, they are.
110, and it'll take me an hour to type them in with this mouse. 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, and 116. Now, I don't mind you doing this because I think we've done about 5 or 6 in class without the calculator, so you know how to do it. And now I go to Stat, Calculate, and go down to First Variable Statistic, and hit Enter. Now, it's automatically going to read L1. It's automatically going to do that, and then you just hit Calculate, and there it is. Now, it's not going to give you your range, but you already know the range. The standard deviation is SX. I would tell you a simple way to remember it, but somebody will say something, so I'm not going to say. I know, you'll go with somebody, there's always one, so I'm just going to say SX, 2.16. And you feel good about yourself. Next, Hubert's the most missed question. What is my email and cell number? Can you believe that's the most missed bonus question? Determine the mean, median, and mode. So let's go ahead and put that on the handy dandy Excel spreadsheet. We don't. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many is this? 5?
Got 1 minute, Hubert.
Of course, we only got 5 minutes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stupid Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. I shouldn't have messed it up. Anyway, I don't know. I will skip that one and just see if there's another one. Y'all know how to do that. A card is picked from this is odds against selecting a black face card. King, queen, or jack. So that's going to be 6 out of 52 is success. So what is failure? 46 out of 52, Hubert. So it's going to be 46 over 52 over 6 over 52, which is 46 to 6, which is 23 to 3. 23 to 3. And what is the opposite of success? Of against? Favor. And what is the relationship between favor and against? Starts with R. E. C. I. P. Thank you. Even though I told y'all that 2 or 3 times.
That first one would be 13.
Would it be 13? Okay, thank you. Then this one would be 13. Next. And I've got to hurry because y'all going to do convulsions in a minute. That should be, that's it. Okay, now what y'all do Wednesday and Friday? Bring in homework questions from Unit 3 or Unit 4. That's all we're going to do Wednesday and Friday. Y'all get out of here and have a good day.
Just let Hubert have a nice day.
Yeah, I'll try to. I still can't get, there we go. Let me hit record, stop recording, and I'll post these on YouTube. Let me hang up on them. I don't know why their do-jigger didn't work.
Can I finish that last section?
Are you staying? understand.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one. See, they're much more interactive.
Thank God that's leaving. It's not that you mumble, it's Hubert's death.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
Get out of here.
I mean, I'm just.
So you could hear.
No, I heard him mumble too.
Okay. Well, my son does it all the time. My daughter, I hear where my daughter says.
One of my sons, I have a really hard time hearing.
Yeah, and he sits and he turns his face like when he's doing something or looking something out the window, he'll just mumble. And I'm supposed to hear his mumble
And
as he's away from me.
Yes, yep, exactly.
So, but you see that they are much more interactive. They would have been more interactive if that, I don't understand what happened up there. That's never happened. The only time that something like that's ever happened, we rebooted the Polycom and it worked fine. But I don't know, so they're going to have to, of course, Mr. Swords, I think that's Brian's second, third cousins or something like that. He's very good. He's going to fix it. He's waiting until that class leaves and he's going to go out and fix it. But you've seen that they were very interactive. But they don't even, a lot of them don't even notice. The only ones that I get most of the complaints from is Pendleton campus. The Easley campus and the Oconee campus and this campus. And Brian has said many times that sometimes it's better to do just the community campuses because the Pendleton campus, they're used to, being in the classroom, but they're not very interactive. So you have to really pull and strain to get the Pendleton campus to interact. So,
I think it would be interesting if I'm in Pendleton, if that would be different. Because I'm standing right there in the room with
probably
them.
would be.
So.
Probably be different.
Okay.
Well, you think you got a good feel of it?
I think I do. It doesn't look complicated, or it doesn't look more complicated than
What you're
I
doing
was
now.
doing. Yeah. I use Zoom with the 101, which is, with the community campuses, and I've used Zoom we've been having trouble getting some of our evening classes to make.
Uh-huh.
So I did Zoom last semester I had 4 evening students. The class was canceled. So basically they dropped the evening section and enrolled in the day section, but then I still met with them at night, but I met with them via Zoom. So I could do it from home and didn't have to stay on campus, and they didn't have to drive to campus or work. And the comments I got from them was that one lady in particular, she said, I can concentrate better when I'm at home in my office than I can when I'm in a room full of students.
A lot of students are like that.
And then I had another, so they all knew each other, and there's only 4 of them, and we'd be, it's a 3-hour class, and they would interrupt and say, can we take a break? And then someone would say, well, it's time for my kids to go to bed, can I go give them goodnight kisses? And then, so okay, take 5 minutes or take 10 minutes. And then it was very informal, it was very, it was a really good.
And that's the difference between a community college and a research university.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I've had arguments in meetings about stuff like this. If you want to teach at a research university, get your ass and go to a research university. But this is no joke, I had department heads concerned about students Skyping in. Why? If a student has a daycare problem, especially during the day, you've already taken the 8:30 away from them. We used to meet at 8:30, and you've taken that away from them. And now you're doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They used to have their kids for Friday. Now you've taken that away from them. Why are you taking the only thing that they got? Some people have to work. Some people work swing shifts.
Yeah.
I said, why take that away from them? And again, we had a big fuss. Tim, myself, and Brian against some of the department heads over something that's trivial.
So that was the thing with Zoom, was that the first class, they came onto campus and we had a designated computer room that they were in, and I had somebody from my department in the room the first day of class. We got all the technical stuff worked out, and I had a packet of handouts that I gave them. So they got that the first day, and I said, from this point forward, This room is available, you come use this room, or you log in from wherever you are. If you're traveling, you log in from where you are. I had a group in Easley, there were like 3 of them. They rotated around. Sometimes they were in the classroom, sometimes they were at Starbucks. I said, y'all owe me, they were at McDonald's one time, I said, y'all owe me French fries.
Yeah.
So, but they were sitting there together, they were all listening, they were all paying attention.
What's the difference in that and being in the classroom?
The thing I wanted to ask you about was I chose to not record my class because it was a standard meeting time and I wanted them to be present, so I didn't record. And I have very good attendance. Do you feel that recording and then allowing them to look later?
No, because I'll be honest with you, all my students show up. In fact, I got an email this morning from one of the 110 students. He said he's sick and he's going to watch the video. He comes every day. My Pendleton students, they come every day. So I don't have a lot of people skipping out just because it's on video. I do the video for several reasons, mainly for those students that need to watch it over and over and over again. Because especially in some of the 110s and 111s and 140s and the 130s, they've never seen calculus before. So they need to go over things 2 or 3 times versus somebody that had pre-calculus in high school. So the main reason for the videos is for that student that needs to hit rewind. The second is for those students that have missed. So I have not, in all my semesters, I have not had anybody abuse it. Last semester, summer was last semester, right? I had 3 students Skype in for 140, I think, calculus. You know why? Because they were bridge students, and they were in Richland, Columbia, and one was in Charleston. Did I tell anybody that they were Skyping in? Hell to the no. You know why? Because somebody would have said something and said, no, they can't do that.
They were present, just like anybody else was.
Exactly.
So.
But do you see some of the stuff that, so I don't know. It sounds like to me that you've got a very supportive upper echelon.
Yeah.
I have a supportive upper echelon, but they want to do it the old way. Okay. They want to do everything in the confounds of these 4 walls, and that's not the way it's done anymore. And that's what I get frustrated with. I've had to go to meetings up there. The meeting lasted 30 minutes. It took me 30 minutes
just to get there.
Just to get there because of get all my stuff together, have to pack up, get in the truck, then go down the road, and then come back home. That's 30 minutes round trip. The meeting was 30 minutes, and guess where they had it? In a smart board classroom. All they had to do was just Skype. Yeah. That's the kind of thing I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with people are okay with it, but they don't want to come aboard. They want to do everything the old-fashioned way, and everybody's cheating. Everybody. Well, you're not going to, it's just like trying to keep people out of your house. If you've got something valuable in your house, somebody's going to break in and steal it. Somebody's going to try to break in and steal it. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop cheating. I don't see how, and people say, well, they work together on their test. Was that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing for a student to teach another student how to do something? I don't think it is. Now, as far as them doing, they're going to be lucky if they get the test done in 55 minutes if they're trying to help each other.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to have the same test.
Yeah.
So I tell my students first week of class, I say, look, you can help each other, you can use your notes, you can use whatever. I said, but you've only got 50 minutes to take the test. You can't spend, especially with the calculus and the trig and the business calculus, you're not going to have enough time to look up all that stuff.
Yeah. You got to be organized if you want to. And we allow our students to use a page of notes in the classroom.
Yeah.
I said, you need to be organized, you need to have formulas written down, you need to have whatever it is, because you cannot look up every question. You just can't.
You can't. So. And you'd be surprised on how many people, this is no joke, before I got Galen involved, and he was on his way in as president because he was the vice president and everything. they wanted me to give at least 2 in-class tests, and the rest could be online. But I have to give the final. So 3 of my tests, out of 5 tests, 3 of them have to be in class. And that's when I finally wrote I wrote that email, and I said, this is ridiculous. So, I mean, with what we do with these tests now, I mean, they're not going to get the same test. So as far as them copying each other, that's not going to happen. They're going to have to actually work with, and yes, there's probably somebody to get somebody to take their test. I can't control that. But are you going to just destroy for 90% of the people? You're going to destroy it for 10%? No. And that's what I told them I said, so what you're saying is you want to just forget about 90% of the population because of 10%. And so I'm just telling you what I've had to deal with. And it's just, and I know that whole testing thing was not Carrie. I know who it was, but it wasn't Carrie. It was the CIA, whatever her name is, that I don't still, to this day, I don't know what her name is. But anyway, she's one of these blackboard, right to fail, that type. She needs to be working at Clemson. Yeah, she needs to be working at Clemson or somewhere else. She don't need to be working at and she pushes Carrie into all these things. And I tell Carrie, I said, why don't you listen to yourself and not other people? She gets mad when I say that. What's she going to do? Shave my head and send me to Saudi? So I think this is
You're
good.
instructor of the year. So I have one more question.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to have to think about all this. I'm going to have to try some different things. I'm sure I'll have some more questions. But here's my question. What would it cost to have that reserved parking space? I mean, like, I'm on your team. I'm on your team. You could have it moved down.
I'll be honest with you. That thing has got me in more trouble.
Yeah.
I've got a letter from the president, from Galen, saying that I cannot do anything about that because it causes, I had people fighting over it. I did.
On your team.
I know. I know you're probably half serious, half right, half not serious, but I'll be honest with you, that I wish I could let Carrie use it. I wish I could let Andrea use it. But they put a stop to that. You can't. Now the only way I could do it was to give it up and to raffle it. And I'm not giving it up. As I said in that meeting, I'm going to put it right in front of Miller Hall or whatever that first hall is. And because I've been nominated for that thing. I was told I was nominated for that thing about 4 or 5 times. But politics.
Yeah.
So.
You got it now. So.
Yeah, I just wonder what happened. Something had to happen. I don't know. Maybe all the political people, the old timey political people were about gone.
Yeah.
There's
okay,
only.
So now, are you posting to YouTube now?
Yeah, I just posted. That's the morning class. Now this is how you post it. You hit that. You hit that. Now I can hit that. And here's the one I just did. So I right click on it. Rename, and the reason I rename them is so they will know what I cover, because it just has the date and the room number. So I put prob/stat. It don't like that. prob/stat pre-test, and they know what that is. And then I hit open, and then I double click it. And it starts this thing. You can put a description in here, but that's enough. And then I hit Math 155, and then I hit Publish. And it will post, and when they go to 155, this will be the last video posted in chronological order.
Now, is your YouTube private, or is it?
I have no earthly idea. I think it's public because everybody sees it. Because I know when you pull it up, and you type in Hubert McClure, and I've had people pull it up. I've got students at Westside and Hannah using my videos, so I think they can pretty much find it. Yeah, So you go to playlist, and it
And you
should
select
have,
the class.
and I used to, I got them all the way back to, yeah, this is 2013, and I was using a video camera, and I put it on a little tripod on the desk,
Yeah.
and it'd take like a half a day to load that thing onto YouTube. So I've been loading since 2013. And it works really well. Students seem to like it. I mean, now, is every single one of your students going to use it? No. 10% that miss class, that have daycare, that have work, that kind of thing.
Well, like I said, I didn't video because I wanted to encourage attendance, actual attendance logging in. But the other thing is, our textbook has lecture videos for every learning objective. And so those are required as pre-class assignments. So I figured if they've got lecture videos already done, the only time I recorded was one class, Easley Campus, had no internet access.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just campus, it was the whole area was out, so they couldn't go down the street to McDonald's or whatever. So I told those students, they were texting me, and I said, I'll record the class, you can watch it later. So that was the only one I recorded, but I recorded in Zoom with no problem. And then since then, I have just in my office used Zoom to record when I knew I was going to be out of town and a conference or whatever, and I would record, working through the problems and then post it so that they could watch it.
Well, you and I have done the same thing. This was last semester, 2018-20. This was last spring. I had an online 110 class, but I didn't have a spring 110 class. So they used the fall 110 to go along with, but they would send me homework questions, and I would create, and you'll see there's not that many. I would create, see there's only like 4 or 5 videos. That is questions that they sent me, and I just did them in class and sent them.
Okay, hello, everyone.
I just sent them, So that's another way you can use the videos to record, not for the class, but just for office hours, virtual office hours. And that helps, especially with an online class. And that's what I told them. If I did an online class, I'd want to do it where there would be 1 day or 2 day or 1 time designated for office hours. Friday night, Friday afternoon from 4 to 8, or Wednesday and Friday afternoon from 4 to 5, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 4 to 5, or Tuesday and Thursday, to where they would, everybody would have to come in for at least 5 minutes and just log in and see if there was any questions. No questions, and log out, and that would be it. That's what I'm proposing, to Tim and them as a online class. And then the hybrid class, Polycom, synchronized, whatever you want to call it, would have, if they met on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then Monday and Wednesday they would come to class, and Friday they would not come to class. They would just do whatever they wanted to. Monday and Wednesday they would have to attend. That would be like a hybrid. Or a Tuesday and a Thursday they would do whatever they wanted to, work on stuff. So that would be a hybrid, and then this is the conventional where they meet every day, So that's the 3 ways that we're heading with this, unless we see something different.
Did you know that every class in the business administration program is hybrid?
No, I didn't know that.
Every single one of them.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Is it working?
I don't know. I think for some people it is, but I think some instructors, if your class only meets once a week, and then stuff comes up and you keep skipping class, we have an issue with that right now.
What do they do video? Well, that's another
I don't
thing.
think they're doing anything. Actually.
Yeah.
So then it's a problem.
Yeah. The students use that as a work day, and they don't get anything done. The teacher probably doesn't get covers everything. Yeah. If I was to do a hybrid, to me, they would have to at least, log in. But,
The teacher's canceling class.
we got a couple of teachers here that cancel class on Friday because they don't agree with the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't either, but I don't cancel class because God forbid if I did something like that. I would get a phone call from Carrie in 5 minutes. So, I disagree with the whole, we had something good going. We had the Tuesday, Thursday, and the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That would leave Friday open for office hours, meetings, whatever. And I'd come in and I'd stay till 1 o'clock or whatever. And that worked out great. But of course, somebody screwed it up. I don't know who screwed it up.
Well, it's a consistency across campuses, because this was the only campus that was doing that.
Well, they
And it
need to
was
change.
originally-
You ever thought about changing the other campuses?
Well, I mean, I like the idea of Tuesday, Thursday because you have a longer class time. What I don't like is from Tuesday to Thursday is okay, but that break from Thursday to the following Tuesday, that's too long for most students to not interact with the material, especially in accounting. If I have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, which our first year classes are taught Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if I have a class in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they have a pre-class assignment due for that class, that means they're doing pre-class assignments on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. They're in class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're doing accounting 6 days a week. And even if it's not an extended time, they're interacting with that content 6 days a week, and it really helps with retention.
Yeah.
If you have Tuesday, Thursday, especially if it's like this class is going to be Tuesday, Thursday at 2:30, most of my students are going to do their pre-class assignments Tuesday morning. They'll be in class Tuesday afternoon. They won't look at it again until Thursday. And from Thursday, they won't look at it again until the following Tuesday.
That's not a teacher institution problem. That's a student problem.
But to convince them that they need to do accounting 5 or 6 days a week is some of them buy in, some don't.
Well, I would volunteer to do Monday workout, whatever, if we could get back to the Monday, Wednesday classes. Because I'm going to be honest with you, those Monday, Wednesday classes sure do help out with as far as getting enough material in versus the 1 hour. Because you don't have the 40 minutes. I don't care when you start, you're still going to have 40 minutes. You're not going to have...
Do you take attendance?
No, well, I don't now. I just say yes. To me, I think that's ridiculous. I mean, I guess I'm just crazy. I think that when you're in college, I'm one of these, you're old enough to fight for your country, you're old enough to do whatever the hell you want. And that means drinking, smoking, voting, and going to class. And I'm just one of those people, and you're not going to change my mind. I mean, I just don't think, a college instructor, now if they want to take attendance, that's fine. But I don't think they should be forced to, and I don't think a student should be forced to come to class if they know the material. Because what does that student do? That student gets distracted, the student don't listen, the student does other things, and takes away from the class. And I tell my students the first semester, Skype in, I'll count you here, don't come to class if you already know the material or think you know the material, don't come to class. Stay at home and work on the cure for cancer. That's what I tell them.
Well, I take attendance, but I don't have that. Some of them, if you miss the equivalent of 2 weeks, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when you miss 6 classes, you're out. I don't do that.
I don't either.
No, I do not do that.
I tell students I don't drop anybody unless a third party comes to me and tells me to drop you. And that's financial aid, student, your records, your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband. That's when I drop you. I don't drop you. So that means if you don't do the work, you're going to get zeros. That's a double-edged sword. So you better do the work. And like I said, I got online students. I've got 20 online students in my 110, and about 12 of them have every single test done, have every single, because they've been going with the videos. And I've got about 6 or 8 that haven't done half the test or half the homework because they hadn't been following the videos. They want to do what they want to do. And we have a mentality with our students, and this is the administration, this is the Ruby Hicks building or whatever, the library, it's their fault because we haven't got a good orientation for students online. We don't have a good communication system set up, which means videos and or Skype with students first. These students should be calling us before the first day of class. They should be emailing us before the first day of class saying, what do I need to do? I spent this last semester, this 110 class, I spent 2 weeks before the first day of class. I basically harassed every student until they Skyped me. And when they Skyped me, I showed them where everything was. I showed them where the, wait a minute, where the syllabus was. Where is it? There it is. The syllabus, the class courtesies, Hubert's information, the locator card, YouTube, academic calendar, and forwarding your email to, I showed them where all of that was. And I said, do you understand? Huh?
You don't use Blackboard at all?
No. You know why? Well, half the time's down, especially the last week of class. So I do everything on this. So I say, do you understand everything that we've talked about? And then I have a little thing at home, because I have to do this at home. And I checked them, and I got all 20. It took me 2 weeks. You know why? Because half the half the phone numbers wasn't current, and there was some that didn't even have a phone number, or was disconnected. So I had to email them and email them and email them, and I just pestered them until they finally replied. And it took me 2 weeks before the semester to get every one of them to Skype in. And see, once they Skyped in, I checked them off. They were attended. And I told them, I said, the videos are going to be posted every week. I showed them one of the videos. I pulled up this, and I said, do y'all see this? Because I was Skyping with them. And I said, here's your class, 110, blah, blah, blah. There it is right there, wherever 110 was. I said, that's your class. I said, that's where you need to find schedules. That's where you need to find where we're at, blah, blah, blah. Do you see this Math 110? And I checked that off. Because these Math 110 students, they're playing this game. The online students. They try to make it to where you didn't give them the information, and they use that to say, oh, I didn't know that. And that's after they've put off everything until, oh, I didn't know it was due this. They're using that. And I told Carrie, and I said, if I teach this online class, they're going to have to all Skype in before the first day of class. Okay. And it took me 2 weeks. Now, 70% of those students, I had them done within the first couple of days. But the other 25%, I had to basically harass / email them every day. Yeah. And see, that's part of the communication. There should be red lights. Whenever they sign up for one of these things, I don't know how to do it. I don't know. That's not my end. There should be red lights. There should be email sent to them that says you need to contact the instructor, blah, blah. There needs to be a whole series of communication to that student that says it's your job to communicate with this teacher before the first day of class. But it's not there because over there in Ruby Hicks, they don't take this. The online thing was a patch for scheduling. That's what it was. And that's the way it's treated. It's not treated like a physical class. It's not treated like that. And that's why we have, I'd say probably 30 or 40% of our online students they're either using it as a crutch or, like you said, they don't even check their email. And that needs to be fixed. And it can be fixed.
Rainbow Check has a Blackboard class. If you're taking an online class, you have to take this Blackboard class first.
Yes, that's exactly what we need. We need something like that to where if you don't take the class, you don't get into the online class.
Yeah.
I told Galen we ought to do a jump start.
Yeah.
And I also told him we need to bring jump start back too.
Yeah. We need to do a jump start for accounting.
I think there's a lot of classes that could do jump start. But he said that it's a great program. We should bring it back. And we need it for an online class. And say if you don't take this jump start, you do not get into the online class.
All right, well, I'm going to check off. My mom had a cochlear implant put in about a couple months ago. And it has improved her hearing, so that's good. But I can get to Green. She's got an appointment in Greenwood section 8. So.
Well, you just holler at me if you need something.
I will. So just tentatively put Friday at 10 on your schedule, and I will tomorrow work on getting everybody coordinated. And I know the rooms are available. I'll just send a message to everybody. I'll give them the link. So go to that room, use the link to log into Zoom, and let's see what happens.
Well, I'll be in here. So I'll just, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I sit in here from 10 to 11. So I'm not gonna be anywhere.
Okay. Sounds great.
And I
Thank you so much.
hope this is the beginning of a lot of people using, maybe you can get some more people to use Polycom, because it sure does help out these students at the community campuses.
And that's why we're doing it. So,
Heaven forbid we shut up, Hubert.
yeah. Be
I
nice.
just wish everybody would I wish everybody would think of the student instead of making their job easier. But some people want to make their job easy.
Yeah, and it would be easier to do it the way I have been doing it rather than deal with people at 4 campuses.
Well, as I told Galen, what the hell do we build them for? If we're not gonna try to fill them up, why in the hell did we build them? I said, y'all built them, and then it's like people are like, oh well, you know. I'll be honest with you. If I hadn't done what I've been doing, I'd be back at the Pendleton campus like everybody else. But every summer I have classes because I get them out there and I put them on social network and I say, look, take it here. Because David and them, they don't hardly have any classes in the summer. And I'm here by myself. So I hope y'all can get some accounting, because I think we need to have accounting, criminal justice, and general ed here. That's what I think we ought to have, or business / accounting. We need to have those classes here because that's what a lot of students want to take coming this way from Honeypath, Belton, Star, Iva. They're usually gen ed, business, and criminal justice. And, you know, I still think Anderson and Powdersville easily should be the biggest campuses on the community campuses. But something's not hitting. So get out of here and have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much.
All
I
right.
really appreciate
Let me
it.
know.
battlefield for years, that they felt that they were sidelined because they needed a team of attorneys before they could return fire in a battle.
1.2 million people during his first 3 years in office, earning him the title deporter in chief from critics. Meanwhile, under President Trump, fewer than 800,000 have been deported. But the Post also points out that ICE is holding the highest number of foreigners in immigration detention in U.S. history. What do you think about this comparison with President Obama?
I think that there's a lot of weirdness that goes on with the numbers of how they calculated this.
Yeah.
And the calculation got changed when Obama came in. A lot of what's going on with Trump is because it's being watched so carefully and because of the executive orders that got put in place. But, you know, no matter what you think of the numbers, the fact is this thing cries out for a legislative solution. It doesn't look like we're anywhere close to getting it.
And how frustrating is that?
Congress needs to do its job and actually, pass comprehensive immigration reform in some way, shape, or form. And detentions, I think, are getting most of the criticism by the public because of the deplorable conditions, more so than even the deportation right now.
Okay. Hey, man, as long as we're talking about impeachment and hyper-focused on that, Democrats don't have to walk and chew gum at the same time. They don't have to write immigration bills. We don't have to do anything but impeachment. And I think that benefits them. It's very sad. It's very frustrating to the American people who would like to see USMCA just sitting there. 99% of it is agreed upon by everybody, and if you don't agree to something, could you please jot it down and send it over to the other side? Maybe they can work on it. I mean, that's something that would really change people's lives. At the same time, here we are, we're all getting notes about healthcare re-enrollment, not working on that. I mean, all the things that Democrats got elected on because they weren't fixed, so whoever's in office bears the burden of that. Nobody's working on impeachment. What does that mean for Democrats, do you think?
The two-edged sword that we talked about, they're looking at punishing President Trump politically, but if they're seen as overplaying their hand, and I think the Libertarians that were just articulated, that's exactly what they're doing. They could get hurt by it.
All right, Andy McCarthy, thank you today. Thank you to the rest of the couch. And now let's send it over to Harris Faulkner.
We begin with breaking news. Police have confirmed 3 people have been shot and killed at a Walmart in Duncan, Oklahoma. That's about 80 miles southwest of Oklahoma City. 2 of the victims, we are told, a man and a woman, were shot in a car. Another man was in the parking lot. There are reports the shooter turned the gun on himself. We have not independently confirmed that report. We will bring you more on this breaking news story as we get it. And this Fox News alert, the public impeachment inquiry hearings have entered a critical week. You're watching Outnumbered Overtime. I'm Harris Faulkner. We're expecting 8 more witnesses to testify publicly beginning tomorrow, including 3 requested by Republicans. And EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland, who's emerged as a central figure in the investigation, is testifying on Wednesday. This is the GOP continues to defend the president and blast how Democrats are handling the hearings. But now top Democrats say if President Trump does not like the process, he can testify himself to set the record straight. Watch.
The president could come back before the committee and speak all the truth that he wants. If he wants
You don't expect it.
If he wants to take the oath of office, or he could do it right. He has every opportunity.
No, wait a minute. I can't do this kind of thing.
President Trump today is saying Democrats are offer. Even though I have
because they can't vote.
I tell you what, we'll go here and have some questions on This is your dance. This is your dance, and Miss Crump and I don't expect that we'll go. about mistakes and odd things that happen on camera when it was being filmed. And this episode, and this part here was